Mini episode 1580 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You'll want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge Mini episode 1580. This is FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our preview of Your Honor episode 2.3. Here's our top 5 notes of interest heading into the second season's third episode. Number 5. Unanswered question number 1. Does Fia even know that Adam killed her brother? We hate to keep harping on plot holes and or undeveloped parts of the story like we did for season 1, but that kudzu vine has grown into season 2. We've seen what Fia has gone through with Adam being killed, but we have yet to see her really talk about the fact that Adam deceived her in every moment of their relationship. Her one question that she had for Michael was whether Adam believed in the afterlife, as opposed to asking him if he could make sense of why Adam approached her in the first place after what he did. Her wondering if Adam really loved her doesn't count. She has to know by now what Adam did, because she has to know why Michael was sent to jail. This is such an important part of the story, and we haven't seen Fia deal with it at all. Number 4. Unanswered question number 2. Do the Baxters even know about Fia's baby? They have to, right? But we haven't seen them talk about getting to see the baby, merely about Fia moving away from them. We haven't seen Fia attempt to hide the baby from them, and presumably she didn't avoid them completely once her baby bump showed up. But it's crazy to think that we haven't seen the Baxters discuss the baby. Presumably, if they knew, it would make them more wary of Michael. Speaking of which, number 3, unanswered question number 3. Do the Baxters consider the beef with Michael to be done? All we've seen thus far is Jimmy and Gina being apprised that Michael has been released from prison, which we can assume is a big deal to them, but do they still consider him a big enemy? In terms of an eye for an eye, Michael lost his son also, so there might not be the need for further vengeance, but Michael is still the guy who raised the neurotic goofball who plowed over their son and knocked up their daughter. It's clear that the writers are going with the strategy of a slow reveal of all of the fallout of season 1, and it really landed at the end of episode 2.1 when Fia's baby was revealed. But enough is enough, because now all of the questions about who knows what are getting distracting. Number 2. Charlie's main exposure is through the way that he helped Michael, but playing footsie with a street gang won't help. Okay, so we're talking about famously corrupt New Orleans here, but Charlie's ongoing intercession on behalf of Big Mo is pretty silly. If he's worried about the OD deaths that they're causing, doing favors in the hopes that they'll put less poisonous poison on the streets is an asinine way of going about it. And now, Desire works with a new drug-supplying kingpin who moonlights as a Little League coach? Alrighty then. Number 1. Everybody has their own way of dealing with things. Gina decided that her mental health depends on remaining a flaming bitch. Eugene is doing wacky confessional drawings about his killing of Adam, and Michael's shuttling tasty morsels to mouth holes all over New Orleans. Well, that last one isn't by choice. It's Olivia's cover story for why he's out of prison. Michael now knows about his grandson, and that's going to give him something to live for, even as he struggles with the fact that he cannot save his best friend without Olivia exposing him to being murdered by the Baxters. This show doesn't have a fraction of Breaking Bad's ability to tie events together in a way that makes a lot of sense, but the stakes and danger are just as high, and that's worth a great deal. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.